Okay. Good day, people. Looks like no one's really there yet. Okay, let's see here. Screen capture. Nothing's up here. So cancel that. Oh, looks like someone's here. G'day, g'day. Unfortunately, the players are going to be a bit late, so the game might start around 9:30. What I thought I'd do in the meantime is take a look at their lists. So let me open up the stats site and let us take a look. All right. Guess I can close all this other stuff. All right, so tournaments. All right, and I should go to the internets. Okay, change to Chrome.
Captain. Oop. Incoming message.
Phone's ringing.
Captain. Incoming message.
Give me a moment, folks. Good evening. Hi, Dad. I don't. Can you give me 1 sec, Dad? 1 sec. How do I put this on mute? Let's go be right back. And how do I mute this? No. Okay, sorry about that, folks. All right, so again, doesn't seem like there's a lot of people here yet, but that's okay. I think what I'll do for now is I will switch over to. Oh, hold on here. I should add this. How does this work? I'm glad no one's really here right now because this is so. Switch to this. What will you select? Screen this. Yes. Next. Thranduil went live. Strategy games. That looks good. Done. No problem, Bogler. I hope you enjoy. Gameplay? Oh, cool. All right, excellent. So, let's check out my events. Show. And we got the players. And we got 2 players here. Okay, so I guess I'll start chatting. If you're in the background, Bogler, maybe you're listening in. I'm just going to kill some time until I get the word their game is up. So we got Anthony Lamenda, Thranduil versus Cyrus Moore, Cyrusthevirus. We got the last Night's Watch standing. I was told that Anthony's the last Night's Watch player. And that sounds legit. We had 3 only, and both Mitch and Peter went down to Wape and Brett Lanford, respectively. So the scenario is honed and ready, and we have to take that in consideration when we think about which lists they might be taking into the event. So let's take a look at Anthony's lists. We've got Roose Bolton, commander, which is very unusual for Night's Watch. You almost never see Roose. You almost never see a neutral commander for Night's Watch. But arguably, Night's Watch are so strong that you're really relying on their base stack and the strength of your units to carry them through. So we see 3 units of conscripts, which are like the backbone of the Night's Watch army, being cheap 4-point activations and a source of healing through supply aid. Roose is in a unit as well. He has abilities that aren't incredibly useful in conscripts. So normally he's found in Lannisters, where he's either in Lannister Guardsmen or Red Cloaks, and that intimidating presence can actually make a difference. But in conscripts sitting at the back, healing each other, this is really not used too often. Spread Fear similarly won't be used too often, since you don't really expect these conscripts to get into combat and do a lot of damage. Having said that, they are deceptively good for a 4-point unit because they are powered up by Night's Watch cards. So, but again, our expectation is they don't get into combat. And then we got something very unusual and unorthodox, which is double Storm Bros with Watch Captains. So today's meta, I would say, is more or less dominated by Night's Watch with crossbows or Night's Watch with Hunters. Both have just such devastating power. And its range, meaning, obviously you have more of a threat ability. So Sword Bros aren't seen as often, but I can tell you that if you fall victim to repeated Sword Brother attacks, your units will go down. They can reroll the hit even going through a bog or a corpse pile. You're vulnerable. They have Sundering. They've got a lot of attacks. The Watch Captain brings them up to 8. A Sword brings them up to 9. Like, it's actually very nasty damage. And then the Sword Captain gives them another attack. The Sword Tactics Zone gives them another attack. So you can actually take a lot of repeated sundering hits from these guys, and it really, really adds up. So very, very different build, and we'll see how it plays out. Only 2 NCUs in the form of Bowen Marsh and Tycho Nestoris. So this is a very, a kind of a mixed bag of NCUs. You got the healing from Tycho, ever popular, and Bowen Marsh. So Bowen Marsh is an interesting choice, not often seen, I'd say, in today's meta. More often you see someone like Jor. But Jor, I feel like works well with the popular heroes or popular commanders such as Othel and John, because they've got very key vows that you want to attach to their units. Whereas Bowen is more of just a card cycler. So I think in the context of this list, Bowen does make sense, because really what you're trying to do is looking for, I imagine, Roose's cards. Roose's cards are all very token based, and the Flameman Has No Secrets in particular is very, very powerful. I can actually check it out right here. So this is the card to watch out for. When a unit is targeted by an ability or tactics card, you can spend 1 token within long range, and you cancel that ability or tactics card. So, for example, this can cancel out a Tycho heal, and it's just gone. So you need tokens to get out there, and he has a card, Whispered Threats, that lets him put down tokens. Plus, things like Sword in the Darkness, even basic Sword Bros throw out tokens as well. So there's more token play in this list than it appears. So yeah, there's no key vow, I'd say. You're looking more for Roose's money cards, mainly being Flameman Has No Secrets, I imagine, to get through this. So that's his first list. Now, one little thing I want to mention as well is that he has 3 units of conscripts and only 2 NCUs. And I'd say that this build was popularized by Lord Commander Bob from the US, where instead of Aemon, who's kind of a popular NCU as well, conscripts are taken instead. And, you're not losing activation advantage. What you are losing is a spot on the tactics board. Your opponent will always get the 5th zone, which may or may not be relevant. And your opponent will always let you activate on the board first. So there is a disadvantage, but the advantage compared to Aemon is that the trigger for supply aid is at the start of any turn. Sort of any friendly turn, I should say. So it's much more flexible healing, whereas Aemon only works really at the start of the round when you're going on the tactics board. So there is that advantage to the healing that conscripts supply over Aemon. Secondly, the conscripts are a deployment drop. So when you're deploying, to let you out deploy your opponent as well and react to it. And lastly, there's still a 4 point unit that can hold objectives, countercharge things, become a speed bump, all those cool things. So there's a lot of argument as to why the on-field activation is more important than the NCU. So that's his Roos list. Let's look at his John list now. So his John list looks a bit more traditional. John and Hunters, very very popular because the Hunters have a great profile with two sets of attacks. Hitting on three, 7 dice, and John with boldness and courage really kicks it up a notch because he gives +1 attack to both ranged and melee attacks. So if they pull off their combo, they're actually getting 16 attacks hitting on threes, which is quite nasty. This rally cry is also super annoying as well. It reinforces that archetype of Night's Watch healing because Jon Snow can do repeated attacks through for the Watch, Sword Zone, etc. You can actually do a lot of healing onto your friendly units. We've got the ever popular staple of Builder Crossman and Watch Captain, just very efficient shooting, very deadly. Even without Othel, this is 7 dice hitting on threes with Sunring, which is nothing to be sniffed at. We get double conscripts, and we got Ghost to keep up that activation advantage. So I believe with 3 NCUs, this actually comes out to 9 activations. 1, 2, 3 for the Watch Captain Relentless, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 NCUs. And you can see again that Anthony's gone for the very healing-based Tycho and Amon, so all the heals pretty much barring Craster. And again, interestingly, he's gone for Bowen versus Jor. So Jor, I'd say, is very popular because he can just give you for the watch, and then he can bounce it around to key units at key times as well. So Anthony is stuck with Bowen, which is kind of a greedier build, and it would really suck if the for the watch cards are at the bottom of his deck and aren't able to be pulled out. So very more traditional kind of Jon Snow list. Interesting variation here with Bowen Marsh. Now let's take a look at Cyrus's list. So he's playing Lannisters. And we've got a Tyrion and a Roose, which are probably the top two Lannister commanders out there. So we've got Tyrion, and he's in the Lannisport City Watch, which is a new unit, which honestly I've not seen too much of. I've only really read their card, and I can see their value as a 6 point unit. They're kind of a jack of all trades. They can have a 3+ save, like Lannister Guardsman. They can have a decent attack profile where even though they're only hitting on fours, the automatic hits from ranks means that 7 attacks hitting on fours is like 3 or 4 hits, plus 3 more hits is really like 6 or 7 hits, which is pretty respectable. So not a bad kind of take all comers kind of unit. And their dominating pride rule is interesting. If they can obviously get more ranks. And this comes in more into play, I find, against solos, things like dragons and whatnot, where dragons normally count on that extra panic damage, and they won't be getting it against this unit here. So a very interesting choice as his command bunker. He's got a second unit with Mandon Moore. Mandon Moore gives him a bit of extra punch with +1 hit and Sundering. That can be very handy with those extra hits. Extra hits that just have Sundering built in sounds pretty darn good. So an interesting 7 point unit. Over here, we got Hedge Knights, which I think are just fantastic. Cavalry for their cost. If you don't know their strengths, they've got a very mediocre profile with armor 4 and morale 7. But what you're really looking at is their offensive side. So they've got 7 attacks hitting on threes, and they've got Sundering built in. Plus, if you control the sword, which is very very nasty, they make their opponent vulnerable. So if you can go first with the sword. You're going to have 7 attacks on threes with the vulnerable token, and then their actual activation will still have that vulnerable token put on as well. Just taking a quick look to see if the game is still happening. Okay, 10 minutes, he says, from 9:07. So should be around 9, pretty much an hour, actually. So I'm just going to message them real fast in Discord to see if I can get labeled to the game. So it looks like they are in, and where are they located? Okay, here they are. Okay, I'm going to be chatting with them. Let me just put myself on mute here.
Yeah, I got you. Good.
Good.
Big brain. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, I did it. So I made it. So it's the classic Thranduil password 123.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. All right, I'll put that guy there.
Okay, so they have already started the game. They're, I think, putting down terrain. They've chosen their lists. So let us hop in as well. We got Thranduil going in. And we'll see what they chose. I wasn't able to really talk about Cyrus's list here. Did he choose Halfman or did he choose Tyrion? Okay, so let's take a look. So for Cyrus, looks like he chose the Roos list. Interesting. So we got Roos in Red Cloaks. We talked about how Roos has intimidating presence and spread fear. Very powerful. The Red Cloaks get into combat, add extra modifiers to the panic test. And the City Watch with Men More. This seems to be a bit of a staple. So he's got the Crown Zone. This is +1 hit in Sundering. We got the 4-point solo, the Mountain Behemoth. We've got the ubiquitous Poorfellows, and we've got Bastard Girls. Very interesting. I think this is a great unit. And the vicious damage does make sense in the context of Lannisters. We've got Panic Tricks. Just a very flexible range and combat unit. For his NCUs, he's got Pycelle, High Sparrow, and Joffrey. So it's interesting. He's gone for the full, I'd say, like Red Cloak package. Even though he only has one unit of Red Cloak. So we'll see how much this influence pays off. Pycelle is a fantastic NCU because of the Weaken token. It really helps blunt the damage. In a lot of ways, it's like reverse healing on your own units. So over to Thranduil. Thranduil has chosen his Jon Snow list. So Jon in Hunters, Watch Captain with crossbows, and we've got the conscripts, double conscripts, and Ghost, triple NCU with Tycho, Aemon, and Bowen Marsh. So looking at the field of battle, we're playing Honed and Ready with the castle walls and the 5 objectives. And we've got double woods, weirwood, and stakes. So it looks like after the dice off, Thranduil has chosen side. So I imagine Cyrus probably won that dice roll, and Thranduil has chosen the side with the weirwood tree. So terrain placement is very interesting. I would imagine that Cyrus is the one who put down the forest to help him negate some of the damage coming from the crossbows. The crossbows can't shoot into the forest, so going anywhere inside here gives him a safe kind of leaping point. And I imagine that Thranduil will probably put down the tree to protect against any kind of panic damage from the Red Cloaks and the Vicious and the Bastard Girls. And there's a stake here as well. I wonder if that was Thranduil's doing. Now, stakes are more dangerous in general for the Lannisters since Thranduil has the range advantage. So we'll see if Thranduil's going to play around those stakes and make Cyrus pay for advancing forward. So looks like Thranduil's deploying first. I'm going down with the unit of conscripts. For any newer players out there, and I always kind of mention this stuff, but this is smart play. You always want to deploy your weaker, less significant units first. You don't want to reveal where the power of your army is because it lets your opponent, react to it. So conscripts in the back make total sense. They're not meant to engage. They're really just meant to fuel the hunters and the crossbows. And in return, looks like Cyrus is deploying down the mountain. Now, the mountain, even though is a more powerful piece than the 4-point Poorfellows, is also more mobile. So even though he's right now on this right flank, he can easily redeploy, even with his slow movement of 4, into the middle or to the left. In response, looks like Thranduil is putting down more conscripts down the middle. sorry. Am I still muted? Wait, can you hear me? Okay. Sorry. Bob, I saw that. Oh, hey, there's Mitch too. Okay, cool. Sounds good. All right, back to the game. So double conscript played in the middle, and then as predicted, Cyrus puts down his poor fellows, which is his second least important unit. Interestingly, he's putting him central. Actually, I shouldn't say that's interesting. Normally poor fellows camp in the corners, except for the scenario is honed and ready, where if you capture objectives on the sides, turn 2 going forward, you're going to get hit by arrows, and conscripts with a 6+ save are going to go down very quickly. So now that I think about it, maybe Cyrus's intention with the mountain with his 2+ save is literally just sit on this objective and tank and score points, which honestly for a 4-point unit is perfectly fine. So in response, Anthony puts down Ghost, again, cheap, quick, easy to redeploy, and you can kind of tell that it feels like Anthony's not going to be picking up these objectives. And it makes sense. Both these units are fairly squishy with 5+ saves. This unit here has 4 wounds only and a 4+ save. So it seems like Anthony's just going to deploy probably aggressively and maybe push Cyrus back. So we will see. So the Bastard Girls have gone across from the stakes. Kind of makes sense. They can shoot long range as well, so they're not as hampered by the stakes as other units will be. And now Anthony's got to put down. So both players have. Well, I shouldn't say put down their chaff. Anthony's put down his chaff. Cyrus has revealed one of his teeth, and now Anthony has his 2 big teeth left, being the Watch Captain crossbows and his Ranger Hunters. So to avoid the problem of the woods, it seems like Anthony's going to be deploying somewhere central. But we will see. Activation-wise, it looks like it's going to be 9 versus 8, so Anthony will have the activation advantage. Cyrus has 5 units and 3 NCUs. Anthony has 5 units plus the Watch Captain and 3 NCUs as well. So it looks like Anthony's not sure, so he's going to go somewhat central. I wonder if he's measuring to be within 6 of the tree, should he move forward. When I say tree, I mean the weirwood tree. It looks like he probably will be within 6. And in response, Cyrus puts down the city guard with men and more fairly central as well. Now, it makes me wonder, is Cyrus going to try and play the objective game and put his 6-point red cloaks on the corner where they won't really have as much influence with their Lannister justice? Or will he rush down the center? So now we've got Anthony last. Again, he was waiting to see, I'm sure, where does Roose go. And I wonder where Anthony will deploy. I feel like he's probably going to deploy along the left side, away from the Bastard Girls. But we'll see. One nice thing I got to say from Anthony's perspective is I don't see any Champions of the Faith. So there won't be the token spam that Lannisters are normally so famous for. I guess we'll just have the weakened token from Pycelle. All right, so while Anthony thinks, I'm going to take a quick look at the chat. Hey, there's Bob. How's it going, Bob? I'm sure Bob's rooting for Cyrus, the part of the same crew, the Sunday Slaughter crew. Yeah, this is a long think on this last deployment drop. So I think he should just deploy probably to the left of the crossbows, away from the stakes, away from the Bastard Girls, and I'm really curious where Cyrus is going to go. Endline / Rich there, rooting for his friend Anthony. So, the funny thing about being a spectator is, I'm pretty sure they're talking right now and discussing things. I was told that, I could listen in, but I'd rather kind of focus on the game and not get distracted by what they talk about.
And looking through my first two vids, I've had a lot of people commentate and say that, it's hard to get a full picture because obviously you don't know about the cards in hand, so they may have had a plan that I'm not aware of. So yeah, and I totally acknowledge all that. I do think it's fun though to kind of speculate. I always like to think about possibilities, and I like being surprised as well. I like being surprised by plays that I didn't see coming. Okay, so it looks like Thranduil has gone to the right side. He might try to use the stakes as protection, maybe. It's a little worrisome for me to be away from the weirwood tree. And it looks like Roos is not going on the corner objective. Okay, so it looks like cards are being shuffled. Each player's got 3, and we're off to the races. So will Cyrus choose to be first player? It looks like he is. And I imagine we're going to go to the tactics board. All right, opening play. King's Pawn. All right, we got Pycelle expected onto the envelope. Drawing 2 cards, throwing down 2 tokens, one of which will be weaken. I wonder where he'll throw the weaken token down. Unshockingly, he puts it on the crossbows and on the hunters as well, which is great to blunt the damage. The good news for Thranduil is that because they have so many attacks, you can't blunt everything. In response, what will Thranduil do? So the high impact zones right now are the horse and the money bags. And it's also worth considering maybe taking the crown to force Joffrey onto a zone and putting a panic token on your opponent. Just trying to think now, is maneuvering important? So Thranduil's going first, second. That could give him first shot if he's in range. So taking the horse and maneuvering up the crossbows could be an interesting option. Removing a weakened token is also possible. But nope, looks like he's going for the maneuver and keeping the weakened tokens on. Now this list does not have Peter. So this unit is going to be limited to 2 or 3 shots at best. Bowen doing the old double card check. Drawing 1, putting the other on the bottom. And which unit will he maneuver? I predict it'll be the crossbows to take a dominating stance in the middle, but we will see. Yeah, so it looks like the crossbows are going forward. And that's going to restrict a little bit of Cyrus's movement. Will Cyrus, march forward 10, or will he now kind of take it slow? Yeah, and as I mentioned kind of at the beginning, Anthony is the last Night's Watch player to play. The other two have unfortunately taken losses. So we'll see if Night's Watch become a thing in this event. Having played against Anthony many times and many tournaments here in Southern Ontario, I can tell you he is a very good player, so not to be underestimated. High Sparrow comes down onto the bag just to deny the healing, removal of the token really, and influences conscripts at the back. This could be used because they are the influence doesn't really matter, right? And the conscripts are very vulnerable to panic tests. So I wonder if Anthony will just block the crown right now, and that will also potentially force Cyrus to use Joffrey onto the swords. Now a card went down, Intrigue and Subterfuge, to turn off Aemon. It's because he has the bag and it throws in another weakened token. I played against it today. I was like, why would you use Intrigue right now? But it's for the extra weakened token on these conscripts. Cool. So he's going to crown zap. Look at he's crown zapping the. Looks like it's going to be on Roos. Looks like it's going to be on Roos, the commander. which kind of makes sense. If you take off a couple models, it'll make it easier to whittle down their ranks, which means Lance of Justice does less damage as well. Ooh, fail, but only 1 wound, which is actually 0 wounds because Pycelle has the bag. So what's this rule called? It's called Fearless Avarice. So because of the bag... Oh, is that a mistake? That looks like a mistake. Took 1 wound, but the bag should mean 0. Am I wrong? Yeah, I feel like they should have taken 0 wounds there because of the bag. Fearless Avarice. So Joffrey goes down onto the crossbows. Shouldn't be an issue this early. No crown zaps. What's that card used to be called? Paid Mutiny is not a thing anymore. It's 1.7. And we're well out of range of shooting and justice. So shouldn't be an issue, but we will see. Now, bribery has gone down? Bribery has gone down. So, okay, so that's what the High Sparrow did. So bribery is an amazing card to get early. And I wonder how will Thranduil react to trying to remove it. Will he take the bag early, or will he go for the swords, the extra shots? Okay, so we've got, and now his watch has ended going down. And he's putting it on the crossbows, which is very powerful. They're clearly being targeted right now. They are in the middle of the, middle, so it's a little worrisome. They could get overwhelmed and swamped. But if something else dies, having crossbows shoot again is very, very powerful. Yeah, I feel like that was a bit of a rules error on Cyrus's part. Now, Cyrus has been under the weather, so we have to excuse any kind of small rules errors. And I know that he's had his daughter beaten up as well, so he's got a lot on his plate, which is probably accounting for it. Okay, so it looks like Anthony is activating conscripts, even though he's got Tycho on the side, which could be used to pass with. So I feel like that's a mistake. Let me just make sure I did that count properly. Yeah, they've only done NCUs. I wonder why is Anthony not using Tycho. Now, they really can't move too far anyway, these conscripts, so maybe it's not a big deal. But, for me to be picky, I would say you should pass with Tycho before you activate on the table. And Anthony's doing a pretty steep pivot here. I think the idea is that the crossbows may not be marching up too far, so he wants the conscripts to move out from underneath them and maybe play a supporting role as a countercharge unit, perhaps. So not just a wound bank, but a potential countercharge unit, perhaps. So it's back to Cyrus. Cyrus is activating the mountain, and I wonder how aggressive will the mountain be. Will he only be used to capture that objective, or will he actually be used to swing down? It seems pretty obvious to me that the players are... Oh, so yeah, very aggressive push. Very aggressive push down. It does not seem like Cyrus wants to control that objective. Let me just take a quick look. Oh yeah, he's well past it. Now, of course, he has the option to back up onto it to score some points. But very interesting. I think, this is the 3rd game I've streamed, and the players, for the most part, are just ignoring the objectives. They're just playing a good old kill. So I think finally Anthony passes with Tycho. And it's back to Cyrus. So I just want to point out good play on Cyrus's part to pass the objective. No point standing on top of it. Don't want to get shot by arrows for free. Even with a 2+ save, extra shots are extra shots. All right, so looks like it's Cyrus's go. I imagine putting Tycho here means this is a pass. They still have not put that wound back on the red cloak, so it does feel like Cyrus forgot that the bags mean 1 less wound. Cyrus is now wondering which of his significant combat traits does he activate. I mean, I would just push up the. I say that. I was going to say I would just push up the bastard girls, but you don't want those crossbows just shredding into you. Even with bribery on them, they still get 5 shots, and repeated 5 shots is going to add up and do some damage. Okay, so the red cloaks have pushed forward. I feel they moved their full 10, or pretty close to it, pretty aggressive, and he's trying to angle himself in such a way that he doesn't get shot. But you can kind of tell that with the watch captain order, and he's probably going to be able to do so. Now, moving forward is a bit risky because you put yourself in range of the other 2 combat traits that are going to probably barrel forward too. Crossbows are good, but they can't shoot everything, or can they? When they stand and shoot. So Anthony, they're checking his line of sight. He knows he's slightly out of range, but he knows that with a watch captain maneuver, he can definitely get into range. So now we got John activating, and it looks like he's considering what the threat range on the mountain is. Now the mountain's movement of 4 does hamper him a little bit compared to his 1.6 profile. He means he's charging 4 plus 4 plus d6, which means it's roughly safe to be a 10 or 11 charge, and 12 away is a bit risky. So Anthony's taking the think. In this case, to me, I think he should just activate Ghost, or he should activate the other, probably Ghost in this case. I mean, I don't think predicting Cyrus's moves is that hard. If Roos was this aggressive, he's not going to come up alone. You can kind of predict that everything's just going to march up 10, and the Bastard Girls 12 maybe. Another play, actually, that Cyrus might have is to destroy these stakes with Gregor on his next activation, so that all 3 trays can come straight down. So yeah, Gregor might just move up 4 and then pop the stakes with his attack action, clearing the way for the Bastard Girls. So yeah, they can just come down 12, knowing that the mountain's ready to blow up those stakes for them. So Anthony's still thinking. He's checking ranges. So yeah, I think he's considering, what happens if I maneuver up to get into range. If they do a full march forward, how at risk would he be? That turn 1 bribery is a really big deal. Turn 1 bribery is a really big deal. Going to make a big difference. Because it's not convenient to knock it off with the bag. Okay, so what we got here? We got the conscripts in the back. So this is a bit of awkward moving on Anthony's part, I'd say, because they're really not maneuvering at all, and he's in a very defensive position, which isn't super surprising for Night's Watch. Night's Watch do tend to be turtley and shooty in a gun line, but I don't like that this unit is so far back and essentially being used as a strict wound bank. I personally would have probably activated Ghost. Ghost doesn't have a lot of purpose on this side facing up against the mountain, and I would have probably preferred Ghost to swing to the left side where he could do some damage to the Red Cloaks. And as expected, the Lannister City Guard, Lannisport Guard, what are they called? Lannisport Guard. Let's see here. Lannisport City Watch, my bad. Lannisport City Watch just pile forward 12 to support Roos. Lannisport City Watch. Okay, so how will Anthony react? He can get a shot off this round, right? He can get a shot off with a slight maneuver. He can then use her action to shoot. Now, he's already popped an order. Is he planning on moving them now? Or is he taking a shot now? I didn't check the bubble. He could be in range now. That would be a serious mistake on... Oh, is this a Flayed Man Has No Secrets? It is. So the first Flayed Man Has No Secrets has been popped. he is spending this weaken token to cancel the effect of that order. I mean, it also kills an activation, so essentially it's 8 on 8, but Anthony will still have the last say. However, he will not get a shot this round anymore. With just their activation left, he will not get a shot. So he's activating them. He is in range. Interesting. I wonder if that was deliberate on Cyrus's part. Did he mean to get into range? It feels like a bit of an error. I would have personally probably sacrificed an inch and a half of movement to avoid getting shot. And to pop that order this early, when it's not critical, I'd say, man, it's a little iffy for me, but again, I'm not the expert here. That order is so powerful to stop a conscript heal, to stop Tycho. Yeah, it's a bit much for me. Okay, so we're taking a shot with the weaken token. It should be 5 dice, lowest profile, but +1 due to the watch captain, since they do have full ranks. And these guys have... Oh, everything hit. Great start for Anthony. How does this order work when this unit is attacked or attacked? So they can get +1 save. That should minimize the damage. The weaken token is being popped into only 3 hits, so I imagine they're going to pop their +1 save, and they'll be back down to 4+ armor. Between the sundering that the crossbows have. So it should be 3 saves and a 4+. Looking to lose 1 or 2 guys. Okay, that's slightly above average for Anthony. And panic test. Now, it should be basic panic of 7. Which, it's funny that we consider that to be bad in this game. I guess it's worse than average, but 7 isn't your favorite to pass, and they pass with a huge 10. Would have been 3 wounds, too, which is pretty significant. Okay, so that is done. Back to Cyrus. So Anthony has got Hunters and Ghost left, and Cyrus just has these 2 units. I imagine a full march of 12, and that's going to put him in a very powerful position. In fact, I think a full march of 12 in a pivot could even do a full shoot into charging volley, which isn't great right away because the crossbow's going to stand and shoot. However, having said that, the crossbows only shoot 5 shots, so it's only a total of 10 dice. The bastards should pass panic, and the sundering doesn't matter against their 6+ save. So if I was Cyrus, I would expect a full 12-inch march into a pivot, past the stakes if possible. He may need to back up a little bit to avoid touching the stakes himself. Alright, let's take a look. Can he pivot to avoid the stakes? So he may just be setting up a shot at this point and letting the mountain blow up the stakes for him. So that's a fine position. We know that the mountain can come in and support, blow up the stakes, so to let the Bastards push up. So now Anthony is down to the Hunters and Ghost, as mentioned. Probably activate Ghost. There's no surprises here, right? These poor fellows are clearly going to just move up 10. So what do you do with the Ranger Hunters? There's not much he can do, to be fair. Because of the positioning of his other units, he can really only move forward to the right. The question is, how aggressive will he be? How aggressive will he be? Interesting. So it looks like Anthony's actually planning, or thinking about, a full march forward into a charge into the Lansport City Guard. But I think that's a bad play, because with your 3+ save, you're unlikely to kill them all. He would need the God Hand of For the Watch into Sword in the Darkness to push through that much damage. Now, I believe they don't get their save against the ranged attack. So he'd be down to a 4+ save with the ranged attack. I think that's very ambitious. I think it's good that Anthony is checking his options, but I think at this point it's a bit too early to go ham onto the Lannisport City Watch. No, my girlfriend just came home and she's unpacking things. Sorry about that. The dice tray usage is beautiful. That seems like a Mitch play. Yeah, so Mitch is a huge wargamer. He's playing in the Great Canadian Open as well, also as Night's Watch, and he is a devotee of corn for sure. Mitch loves the aggression. That's funny. Okay, so it looks like Anthony has moved forward, and he's using the forest defensively so that if something was to charge him, he would get the +1 save, which is nice. It also means that if he charges out of it, he will be giving his opponents +1 save too. So he's reconsidering. Looks like what he wants to do with this unit. Yeah, because it's true. If he went up 12, I think he can't escape the forest. So for the watch, would actually give them a 2+ save, which was really not good. So I'm glad that Anthony's... this force is actually now really hurting Anthony. So that's very smart positioning on Cyrus's part. It was always going to act as a defensive piece for him and kind of a hindering piece for whoever deployed on the other side. Because yeah, charging through this forest is quite limits the damage that you can do. Anthony's checking flanking options for the mountain. Making sure the mountain cannot flank. With a 4-inch move, it's highly doubtful. And looks like the hunters are done. Yeah, just staying in the wood, lurking. Interesting, to see if the mountain breaks up the stakes. It does allow the hunters an opportunity to charge and do their double attack. They're kind of like reverse Bastard Girls, right? This is actually a very interesting matchup here. You got the Bastard Girls with charging volley, and you got the hunters with Swift Retreat and Swift Strike, quick volley. What's it called again? Swift Strike and Quick Fire. Swift Strike and Quick Fire. Cool. So last activation for Cyrus, going to push up 10. Can't quite push up all the way due to the angling, but close enough. Close enough just to act as support. Again, Poor Fellows in this scenario not being used. Looks like the trade's bugged. Unfortunately, we'll have to reset that. Looks like the Poor Fellows will not be used to capture objectives, which makes total sense, as I've said before, because of the scenario. Arrows will just murderate them. Typically, a pivot usually fixes that issue. All right, so the last thing that Anthony's got is Ghost. What will he do with Ghost? Again, not a good option to stay near the mountain with his ignoring saves and multiple attacks. You probably want to come over to the left flank, in my opinion, to harass Roos. If Roos comes in, just a couple of extra sending attacks in the flank can make a difference. In terms of cards, we've only got a Now's Watch has ended, so 3 cards in hand. Nothing significant has come down yet for Anthony. And one of Flavin Has No Secrets has already been popped, which is pretty big. Okay, looks like we got down to Ghost, and then round 2. Okay, so Ghost is activating. Where will he move to? He will surely not hang out in the back there, right? Surely he will push out somewhere. Again, I hope he moves to the left. That's where I would go. The right seems like a bad play matched up against the mountain. Remember the old days when the Ghost could easily solo the mountain? Those were the days. So as predicted, Ghost is moving to the left. The angle may not be good enough for him to clear. In fact, let me zoom in a little closer to see what that 6 looks like. Now, 6 is here. I don't think he can make it. I think he needs to change the angle a little bit. I think you got to change that pivot a little bit. That looks good. That looks better. So the 6-4 should clear, especially with the pivot. He's able to pivot off his tray, and then he can march 12 somewhere. Is he going to go in front of the conscripts with a hard pivot? Looks like he is. 12 takes him way over here. It's more than enough. So yeah, doing, I think, the smart play, coming around to give those red cloaks a second thought if they push through those woods. Sundering, Ghost into the flank is no joke. 4 attacks hitting on 3s with Sundering is pretty significant damage. And if John gets any cards like Sword or Shield, it just increases both Ghost's damage output and his defense as well. So I think that's all he does, right? He still has the double activation, but more importantly, he gets all the benefits of Jon Snow's card, which is really cool. Okay, so looks like this round's pretty much wrapping up. And yeah, it seems like both players are completely ignoring the objectives and just playing for the kill, which is unsurprising for Night's Watch. And I guess Lancer's got to react in kind because you can't afford the extra damage from the castle walls. Okay, so round 2. Let me see if there's any significant discards here. So Cyrus is actually discarding, looks like 2 cards. He went through 4 of his first 5 cards. He should have drawn, I guess, 3, 7, should have done 13 cards. Yep, perfect. So pretty hard cycle through. And it looks like Anthony has stayed the same, keeping the same cards that he started off with. So that's interesting. It makes you wonder what's so good that you discard nothing. Now, the problem is it's Night's Watch. Everything's good. Everything's good. I think the only cards you don't want to see in your opening hand is Take the Black. That's the only card. So everything else is pretty good. All right, so interesting scenario. Anthony is first. Swords is open. Crossbows are in range already. So that's the expected play. Just wait. And what would Cyrus do in response? Would Cyrus take the horse? He might take the horse with Joffrey. No, I think the red cloaks are out of range of 12, right? So, but still, you got to put pressure, right? He's just got to overwhelm Anthony with targets. So I imagine this is going to be a Bowen onto the swords. Yep. Going to look for more cards. And that is something nice about Bowen, is that even if you don't get the envelope, you're still going to do some cycling, and you get to push the not-so-good cards, such as Take the Black early game, onto the bottom and get the good stuff. And interesting, I just realized that this adaptive rule that they have here, what's this thing called? Adaptive style is an order, meaning he's only going to get it against one of the 3 shots that these crossbows have. Ooh, so interesting. He does have the option to shoot the Bastard Girls, but currently one could argue the Bastard Girls are not a big threat because they're still behind the palisades. So I imagine, only 2 hits. I imagine he's going to go into the Land Sport City Guard, and with only 2 hits, Cyrus may not pop the order. He only fails once. Yeah, didn't pop the order, wasn't worth it, makes total sense. So loses 1, and then a panic at even. Big pass with 8, so no damage taken. So you know what? That was as gentle as swords go, and it makes me wonder: would it have been better to take the bag to remove the bribery? Because here comes a big heal, here comes a weaken token. You're still only shooting 5 dice. Because mathematically, if you take 5 shots, 5 shots, 5 shots, that's 15 shots. If you take the bag, you're actually getting 8 shots twice, which is 16 shots. I don't know. I'm not sure if that math really adds up the way I think it does. But I feel like the bag might have been a better play just to get rid of that bribery and to deny healing to your opponent as well. So Tycho's going to go down next. Now, you don't get a bigger hand size, so the envelope is not as good. Uh-oh, is this another intrigue? It is! Oh my gosh. So, very interesting. So, second intrigue is played. Now, if Cyrus is planning a devastating turn this round, Tycho cannot heal. That is a big deal. Now, I don't think he's in position to do a lot of damage, right? He's too far away. Only the Bastard Girls are really in position to threat. So both intrigues have gone down, but this is a turn where you don't get to use Tycho. Okay, so next we got a discard. So Anthony's discarding the Light That Brings the Dawn after he took the envelope. And he's putting a token on his opponent, I imagine. He's still thinking about which token to put down. So light goes down. The light gets you... You're using it typically for the rerolls. The second ability almost never comes into effect. Light's actually a pretty good card. It makes you really wonder what these remaining 5 cards are if he's throwing away light. Like, light is good for those secondary rounds of attrition combat. So I wonder what 5 cards he's kept. Yeah, Bob brings up a good point. With the double attack from John and the 4 attacks from Ghost, you can definitely finish off the unit before it gets to activate. Joffrey's going on the Crown, which means there's no panic token given. In fact, did we see a panic token go down last round? I kind of forgot to pay attention to that. I don't think I saw a panic token go down for Joffrey going down round 1. And to be expected, he's going to Crowns up the conscripts back here. They are going to be taking +2 wounds due to their, disorganized or cowardly rule. Big pass of -1, no panic token, so they are good. Yeah, so disorganized plus Joffrey would have done +2 wounds there. And the more wounds you do to conscripts is less healing that the rest of his guys get to do. So the last zone is open. Aemon has nothing to heal. You still want to take it, of course, to use that maneuver for yourself. Yeah, I wonder. I'm not reading the chat right now, but I wonder if a bag would have been better, not just to block the heal, but healing off the bribery means you get 8 shots twice versus 5, 5, 5. It seems like it's more shots overall, really. So what will Anthony maneuver with the Aemon horse? Oh, interesting. He's measuring a long-range maneuver with Ghost here. Is he thinking of doing a really wide loop? I mean, honestly, there's nothing great to maneuver right now. Everything's already kind of in range. Yeah, double intrigue being used is very interesting. And to be fair, Cyrus is really powering through his deck. He's already gone through 4. He's already gone through 6 of his. He's already gone through 7 of his 20 cards, I should say. Right, so he's just playing and going through. Like, he's going to get to the other gold, being counterplot, and the second flavement has no secrets. And the fealties, like, he's going to get to his gold pretty quickly as he just powers through his deck. So he's still thinking about that horse maneuver. I think he's thinking about using Ghost to do a wide loop. I don't know why he's measuring 18. 18 seems like a weird measurement. Like, you're not taking the objective, let's be honest, right? You're not aiming for that back corner objective. You don't want to eat arrows with a 4-wound model. Why 18, I wonder? Why is he checking 18 so carefully? Because you're only getting a 6-inch maneuver. Is he trying to measure, like, 12 from the red cloaks, maybe? Anyway, so yeah, he's continuing on with the big looping maneuver with Ghost. Now, he should really check the 12. Is he more than 12 from Bruce? You don't want to take a free a free, justice. Even though your morale 2 with a +1 for the, yeah, he is in range. I would back up an inch or whatever it took. Yeah, because this is not accurate. This is the attack range from the middle. I think I saw 12 inches from the edge here. So I would back up and, it would suck to take any wounds for free on Ghost. It's at -2, so, testing on a 4, it's not impossible. You do fail 1 in 12 times. Bob and Rich having debates whether Amon or Intrigue were worth keeping. It is a big, interesting debate, and I talked about it at the start of the stream. Amon versus another unit conscripts is very debatable. Okay, so looks like after the horse maneuver, instead of tapping High Sparrow, Cyrus has chosen to activate the Poor Fellows, and it looks like they kind of backed up. So it definitely, it doesn't feel like he's putting on. I mean, he can't. He's too far away, putting a lot of pressure. Intriguing Tycho now, though, is just, I would have clenched my butt cheeks when Tycho got intrigued, knowing you don't get that safety net. But yeah, I think at this point Cyrus is just a bit too far away to put on severe damage. Now, having said that, there's a second Flamen has no secrets that can also stop the Tycho heal, so it's not impossible that he still blocks it. However, having said that, he's already gone through 1 of his 2 cards. But he seems to be digging pretty hard. So back to Anthony. Yeah, I'm surprised he activated the Poor Fellows instead of High Sparrow. I mean, that tells me that he's worried about them getting shot. I'm sure he's tried to put them outside of 14. And I wonder if round 1 they forgot to put down a panic token. I really don't remember a panic token going down due to Joffrey taking the swords, I believe. So it should be Anthony's go. He's back up to 9 activations because of the Watch Captain. Watch Captain got Flademan last round. He's got a lot of things to waste time with, conscripts in particular. I guess he has to anticipate, right? If Cyrus pushes forward again, all these units will be kind of right in front here. Where do you want to be as a counter charge? Yep, the Amon. Is this too much healing? Sometimes it is too much healing, and it's kind of like a win more thing where you don't need this much healing. But yeah, we'll see where this goes. So interestingly, Anthony is actually activating Ghost. This is very surprising. It's very surprising because it doesn't really matter where Ghost goes. Like, Ghost is a significant countercharge piece, in my opinion. And if he goes into the flank out of line of sight of Roos now, Roos can turn around with his maneuver and then charge at the start of 3 and potentially kill Ghost. So I don't know why he would activate Ghost now. Like, there's these conscript guys who are lurking in the back who can only really go one place, whereas Ghost has so much maneuverability. I don't know why he would commit Ghost now and lock him in place. Like, if he's not even moving Ghost. If the Lancer Redcloaks just move forward, they'll get an easy charge into Ghost. Yeah, that's a little worrisome. What is Anthony's plan here? And I'm wondering, why is he committing Ghost so early? Like, why not use the conscripts in the back? I don't think I like this play. Is he going to move to the flank of the Redcloaks? Why would you do that? Now, okay, is this super big brain play in that if he moves to the flank of the Redcloaks and forces the Redcloaks to turn around, it's less pressure on the middle? And yes, I was going to say he also has now his watch is ended. Yeah, this could be really big brain play. It's definitely riskier than I would like, but I'm a very risk adverse kind of gamer. I don't like to lose any pieces. So yeah, he's going deep, 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 deep. Yeah, I'm a little worried because if Roos turns around and kills Ghost with the charge, round 3. Okay, well, there's a couple of things here, I guess, right? He would have to do it at the start of 3 as his first activation, or else Ghost can just dance away again. And that gives up Tactics board control back to Anthony. But if this all plays out with a kill on Ghost, Cyrus will get a point and then have his commander parked on an objective, scoring 2 more. And if he just doesn't engage Anthony and sneaks away with a points advantage, Anthony I don't think is going to put John on an objective eating arrows. That could lead to a big points lead. I'm in your base eating your mans, yes. Ilya, is this Ilya from Germany? Savage Ilya? No, another Ilya, but still German? Nine. Okay, fair enough. Yeah. I know that I can't remember the other guy's name. It's Ilya and somebody else run Tabletop Wardens, one of the OG YouTube channels. I'm so angry they don't speak German. Oh, Russian. That would make sense. They produce such good content, and they're really experienced gamers. But like more than half their videos are in German, unfortunately. So, okay, so Bastard Girls are activating. No, they're not. Yeah, he's got to activate the mountain first to blow up those stakes. Which he's... Oh, no. He is moving back? All right, Bob, seen a bit. No, okay. Looks like he's dialing back on the aggression. I wonder if that ghost play is making him become more defensive. If that ghost play is giving him a point and then parking his commander onto objective, I wonder if he's just now going to hunker back and try and outpoint Anthony. It's interesting. Okay, so looks like some dice are being rolled. Looks like 5 more shots from the crossbows, popping the Watch Captain order. Weaken is being used, looks like. But no misses from the Weaken, so unfortunate for Cyrus there. So 4 hits, shooting into, I would imagine it's a City Guard, the unit that's actually a threat. They're popping their order for the 4+ save. Pays off, saved a wound there. So 2 wounds. The vulnerable is being kept on, it looks like. Yeah, it's an interesting debate. The next shot is going to deal saving on 5s, unless Cyrus backs up. Cyrus's reaction to this could be simply to back up and stay out of range. The vulnerable is being popped. Oh, paid dividends there. 4 wounds taken. All right, Cyrus has passed 2 panic tests. Can he keep it up on base 7? He does, like a boss. Now, there's still another shot coming. I would probably just back up. If the mountain is going to score a point and you're expecting to kill Ghost and camp your objective, you're going to be at 4 points and you haven't really lost much. So you could easily, okay, never mind then. I mean, those City Guard could also turn around and go after Ghost, right? So yeah, Bruce, the big bad Bruce, is just coming forward. And I think currently he's actually in the flank of the crossbows as well. Very interesting. So very aggressive push. Yeah, the City Watch can turn around and do the same job. And even with 2 ranks, they get what, 2 hits? I don't think so. I didn't see a panic test, but I think Cyrus is now pointing at Ghost. So I think he's going to make one. It would be at -3, so he can't lose Ghost. And it's still testing on a 5 or higher, which is good odds. Oh, is he doing a Hear Me Roar? No. He is! So this could kill Ghost. Testing on a 6 with +1 wound could kill Ghost on a crit fail. Oh, the 3, but the boxcars. Man, Cyrus is just burning through his hand. Just burning through his hand. Whew. When I saw the 3, my heart jumped. I thought Ghost might have been killed by the Justice. But you know what, though? I mean, with so many cards, you just expect... the Fire that Burns in the Cold, but there's also counterplot. I mean, that last card could be counterplot. So Anthony's activating the conscripts. He's checking to see if he can charge. He's too far out of range, and he doesn't want to fail a panic. In my opinion, he doesn't want to take a long bomb charge and fail panic. Even with the tree, you're going to take extra damage on a fail. Probably too risky. What he should probably do is just set himself up in a counter charge position. Now, the interesting thing is, what does Cyrus do as his first activation? Does he take a charge? Does he take a charge? I wonder if the conscripts can be used in such a way to march forward and actually block the charge. If they march 10 forward, can they block the pivot? They might. They might. Wow. I wonder. I would check that. A march of 10 straight forward might just block. Oh my gosh. I think he's going to do it. Yeah. That will block the charge of the red cloaks into the crossbows. I mean, the conscripts will take lots of damage, from the panic test at -2, from the actual attacks from the red cloaks with intimidating presence. Like, they're going to take a lot of damage from the failed panic tests, but you don't want your crossbows getting tied up. I wonder, though, if Anthony backs up 2 and shoots, if he puts the red cloaks back in his front. That'll make a big difference, too. I think he will. Like, they're barely... In fact, they might be on the front right now. Let me zoom in. No, they are on the line, or even a bit on the left, maybe. So they're currently in the flank. So Anthony can put them into the front easily with a, 1-inch shift backwards or half-inch shift backwards. And he will have rerolls. This is actually going to be a pretty nasty shot. And thank goodness for bribery. Imagine if the bribery wasn't here. 7 shots hitting on 3s of rerolls. Even without, even like 5 shots hitting on 3s is probably going to kill, 3 or 4 guys. And that's going to be significant. If you can kill 3 guys, that's going to reduce the damage of the oncoming Justice next round. So he's really considering. Now, what does he lose by activating crossbows now? Like, you got to take this shot, but I guess it means that the City Watch can just march forward 10. You can't really march forward 10 because John's still here. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Is he going to waste time? Would you waste time with conscripts? I would. This unit back here has nowhere to go. I would just move them 5 and then force Cyrus into a significant action. Cyrus is down to just the City Watch and Bastard Girls. Now, did he forget to activate Sparrow? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's activated 6 things. And Anthony's activated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That doesn't make any sense. Hold on here. Oh, that's Anthony's. My bad. Cyrus has activated 5 things. Cyrus activated 5 things. Anthony has activated 1, 2, 3. Ghost is 4. Order is 5. And this is 6. So yeah, this High Sparrow has not yet been activated. That could have been used to buy some time and wait the clock. Does it matter? Not really necessarily. Anthony always out-activates, so he will always have the last say. Ooh, interesting. So it's 10 if he wants to go for the charge. That's actually significant. Going for the charge is a huge deal because, you deny the charging Lance of Justice that's going to come your way, but it also gives Cyrus the swords off the hop. So I don't think he's going to charge. And it's too far. 10 is a 5+. Even into a tree, with Joffrey, it's too risky. But it looks like he's activating. And he's only maneuvering. He's not blocking the charge. This, I don't think, is good. I would have... Because, the City Watch can still charge you. Sorry, the Red Cloaks can still charge you. But now they can also charge the crossbows. You're just giving Cyrus more options, whereas before you forced him to charge the conscripts. Yeah, I would have marched that 9 forward and blocked the charge, right? You're giving Cyrus options. Yes, you can back up and not get charged in the flank, but why give Cyrus the option? Okay, but it is what it is. He's chosen that. Cyrus realizes High Sparrow now, so he taps High Sparrow. Back to Anthony. I would buy time. I would just buy time with these conscripts. Where are they needed? Probably to the left. I imagine most of the healing is going to happen on the left side here, so they want to maybe just maneuver 5 to the side. I'm going to have to watch a lot more info about these armies. Oh yeah, the Red Cloaks are the premier feels bad unit if you don't know what they do. He can also sidestep 2 to put in front. True, an attack unit he's been shooting at. True, he can keep shooting the City Watch. The only thing is City Watch are not a big threat, being so far away. And yeah, I think if you put those crossbows into the front, it makes charging the crossbows way harder with Ready and Fire. That's true, Rich. That's a very good point. Okay, so the City Watch have decided to play aggressive. So you know what? Very interesting. I think Anthony tried to bait some units away, and it just didn't work. And you know what? It's kind of really paying off, because now you got Ghost as a threat into the rear. 4 attacks sundering in the rear with a panic test is actually very, very significant. So Cyrus did not fall for any kind of baiting moves, and he's just pushing forward. He knows that if he can kill these crossbows in particular, he will cripple, the Night's Watch and take out 2 activations. So that seems to be his priority here. So I'm really curious now, what does Anthony do in terms of target priority? Is it more important to shoot the City's Watch, who no longer have their order for defense, or do you shoot the Red Cloaks, who are also barreling down into you? I feel like you should almost always focus your fire, right? Oh, very interesting. He's going for the City Watch, I think, but I think he's exposing his flank. He went in closer for the reroll. He got 4 hits. Is he not rerolling? Did he forget the reroll for being within 6? He killed 3. That's pretty good. Cyrus has been making pretty great panic test rolls. Hasn't failed 1 yet on 7. And keeps it up. Another strong panic pass. I thought he was. I could have swore that he moved up deliberately to get within short range for rerolls. one extra wound. It's pretty significant, right? That's one less automatic hit. I didn't see him re-roll. I could be wrong, though. Yeah, Bob, so I don't know if you saw this. Ghost went hard down the flank. I really thought that Cyrus might have turned around to kill Ghost and camp on the objective and score points, but he's just gone full aggro and pushed deep in. And by shooting the City Watch, I think he's exposed his flank, which means no ready aim fire. Now, interestingly, if Cyrus goes for the charge into the flank as his first activation, he does give up impetus on the tactics board. And looks like the Bastard Girls are shooting. Looks like they're about to shoot. And you know what? I don't like this position. They're a 7-point unit that are right now just camped behind a stake. Yes, Cyrus can go, YOLO and just charge through the stakes and take some damage, but you don't want to pay 7 points for a unit that's just going to shoot 4 shots a turn. Oh, but there will be a vulnerable token. That's going to make the charge even nastier onto the Watch Captain, now that I think about it. Yeah, I really don't know. If this flank is available, and I think it is, I don't think he positioned the conscripts to block the flank. The Intimidating Presence Red Cloak charge could be really, really bad. Okay, so we got 4 hits from the Bastard Girls, and they're going to be vulnerable. Not vulnerable yet. This should be really put on after. Pretty good. Half blocked. And it's only going to require a 1 wound conscript sacrifice. Now, Panic at +1 is a pass. So I wonder if John is going to take a shot into these City Watch. With a 6 and a 2 in shift and a 6, you could get that shot in. But you are weakened. 8 dice weakened is unlikely to kill them. Okay, so conscript order is being popped, looks like. So 1 guy from the back here is going to be killed to heal back 2 crossbows, bring him back to full health. Man, this first activation is going to be very critical. Like, these red cloaks can do a lot of damage. To the crossbows. I mean, there's lots of outs for the Night's Watch, right? They could have shields. They could have fire. John has Stand United Brothers. There's a lot of cards, but Cyrus has been very aggressive with his card play, and he's going to get into those super powerful counterplots, and the second Flayman has no secrets, etc. Okay, so it looks like Anthony is thinking about a move shift into a shot. That would cripple those City Watch, to be fair. And the Bastard Girls are not in a great position to attack, being behind the stakes. Oh, we're throwing down for the Watch. He's going for a reroll on the charge. He's going for the full combo. Reroll on the charge. So I think he measured 10. So it's going to be a 4+ with a reroll into an attack, into a retreat, into a shot. This could kill the unit. So Anthony, looks like this is what Anthony was planning the entire time, was to focus fire onto the City Watch and leave the red cloaks kind of stranded. Now, this is, I feel like, a risky play. 4+ the reroll is good odds, but a fail would be humongously bad here. So let's see. 4+ the reroll is pretty huge. Oh, it's a fail. Gets a reroll. Oh, Lord. Into a pass. They make it in. That was humongous. Humongous. Whew. And Italy is correct. Bribery, he shot the Bastard Girls and they passed their Panic. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. This is a huge TSN turning point. Can John pop through the City Watch? That was a huge charge he did there. That might break his back here. If he can kill these Cities Watch, he'll be up 2 activations and Roos will be on his own fighting off against 3 or 4 units. Okay. He has 1 card in hand. Clearly, it wasn't counterplot. I would have definitely counterplotted that for the watch card. That's a pretty huge card. Anthony has 4 cards in hand still. What else does he have? Is he going to play a sword for the extra attack? Out comes the sword just for the attack. Yeah, you know, you gotta kill him now, right? So this is going to be 9 attacks with weakened. If he went center line, would he wouldn't block the flank charge. Yeah, he wouldn't block the flank charge, I don't think. Okay, so here we go. 9 dice, 7 plus boldness and courage plus sword in the darkness for 9 dice total. Hitting on 3s with rerolls going both ways. Okay, not a great start for Anthony. Lots of misses, 6 misses. Rerolls into not good. Only 5 hits. Disappointing. 5 hits with the weakened token. Now, this is interesting. Will Bogler make him re-roll? Because there's still 8 shots coming as well. In fact, Bogler's probably better off just eating. It's hard. He's probably better off not re-rolling. Oh no! He failed all 5 saves! Oh, that is so unlucky. And now he's going to get a free shot into something else, probably Red Cloaks. I cannot believe he failed 5 out of 5 saves. That is huge. Oh my gosh. And now he's going to get a shot. What's he rolling for? Panic? Oh, the wood. The wood. Okay, he's got 1 guy left, but still huge. He's got 1 guy left. Surely 8 shots will kill that 1 guy. But you know what? At least he's got to shoot him. At least he won't get free shots into the Red Cloaks or something silly like that. So that was horrible. Horrible. He was saving on a 3+ there. And that was brutal. Poor Cyrus. That was unlucky. Saving on a 3+, and he failed 4 out of 5 saves. That was unlucky. Okay, it's not impossible. It's not impossible that this won't kill him. It's not impossible. It's unlikely. 8 shots. You're probably going to get 4 hits. Yeah, you're probably going to kill him. 8 shots with rerolls becomes roughly 4 hits. 4 hits on a 4+ save. Weaken. I guess he passed the panic again. We got 5 hits. 5 hits on the last, on Mandan Moor, the Kingsguard. Alright, 4+. So yeah, you know what? Now it all kind of makes sense. He was just focusing down a unit. He's like, okay, I'll eat the charge for sure. You know, that's all you got. You got 1 flank charge. Is that going to strip off 12 wounds? Unlikely. Oh, and Mandan Moor is dead. That is a point and an activation gone. Yeah, and if Roos goes in, he's going to be surrounded. I mean, now, very interesting question now is where does Anthony move? Now, Anthony could take the center. He could take the center and score 2 points with his commander, and he'll be up 3-1. I mean, you might as well. You can't turn and face the Red Cloaks, right? You can't expose your flank to Bastard Girls. Bastard Girls, I think, would still charge through that stake if it meant a flank charge. Whoa, oh, I'm so dumb. Sorry, he can't. That was a shot. He can't surge onto the center. My bad. Okay, so yes, 1-1. Why is Anthony rolling a d3? Oh, it's the shots. So 4 shots onto the mountain. Mountain bounces it off, laughs it off. He's all good. Okay, cool. Yeah, it was a range shot. Sorry about that, Bob. So no surging onto the center. In fact, he's got his flank exposed Bastard Girls. Like, Cyrus... Oh, but you know what, though? He'll eat this, and you'll have to align back here to stay off the stakes. Okay, I'm really curious. What does Cyrus do? So Cyrus drew 2 cards. He's gone through half his deck by the top of 3, which is really impressive. I don't think Anthony went through any more cards. He had his initial 3, and he drew twice. So he's actually seen 7 cards, but he's only drawn 2. He should be at 15. Oh, he had, and I was watching it, so he's 16. Oh, he discarded something. He discarded both lights. Okay. Oh, he did go in the envelope. My bad. Yeah. Okay, so Anthony has gone through 8 of his cards. He's discarded both lights. He's got a Watcher somewhere. Or now his Watcher's ended. Yeah, okay. Oh boy. All right. What does Cyrus do as his first activation? He's in the flank, so a charge. But I guess he's not liking it, right? Now let's do some quick math here. Best case scenario, you Justice the crossbows and you kill 3. That's the best case scenario, right? You charge into 7 attacks, and if they all kill, you kill 10. And the panic at even, unless there's a Hear Me Roar, could kill you. So they are one-shottable. Oh, Cyrus is not going for the charge. He's going for an attack. Is he committing Bastard Girls into the flank with the charging volley? He's kind of desperate. You kind of have to. To kill John's a big deal. I wonder if he's taking the shot into the flank through the stakes. That is also kind of rough. Okay, so a card went down. Bribery. Oh no, he's just putting down bribery. Is it going on the crossbows? Is it going on the crossbows? Yeah, that is pretty nasty. Oh, man. Oh, Anthony is looking at one-shotting these poor fellows. He's looking at one-shotting these poor fellows. With 9 attacks plus a shot, he could easily one-shot these poor fellows. And that would be a huge activation advantage at that point. It's already 9-7. Oh, because he can take the horse for the watch and get a free charge. Oh my gosh, I'm throwing up in my mouth right now. The Night's Watch is so disgusting. Yeah, he can take a horse charge into poor fellows, 9 attacks, and then shoot them and just kill them. So yeah, Cyrus. I think Cyrus just got too close. He literally wandered into crossbow range and took some unnecessary shots. Yeah, I wonder if Anthony's just going to YOLO for the watch into the poor fellows and blow them up before they activate. That would be massive, because he's using an NCU activation to kill an onboard activation. I mean, what could go wrong, right? There's no field... I mean, field control doesn't even stop it. Why not just take the horse and go for it? I wonder how far that distance is. I think he checked. It's pretty close, I believe, right? It's like 7 or 8. It's 7? I don't think you can make it closer than 7. So this is a 2+ charge. It is slightly risky. Without a Watcher in the Wall for the reroll. You know, on a 1, you waste an activation and expose your flank, right? So yeah, that's an 8. That's a 2+. Now he's ahead. Do you take the 5 out of 6 chance to blow up the poor fellows? Yeah, so Brett, I feel like Cyrus just got a bit too close with the City Watch, took repeated crossbow shots, who were briberied, got whittled down, and then he made a for the watch charge with hunters. Cyrus rolled really bad. With a 3+ save, he failed 4 out of 5 rolls, and then just got killed. So even though these Red Cloaks are in a pretty nasty position in the flank, he's also completely surrounded and unsupported now with the City Watch being gone. So Anthony's really thinking, because he's ahead and he wants to maintain this lead, he doesn't want to take any risks. I actually feel like that 2+ charge is a risk, because on a 1, you just give your opponent the game back. You know, you just let them, give them a chance to get back into the game. Roos, double Roos. Roos versus Roos. Cyrus has already played both Intrigues, and he's played Flamen Has No Secrets. And a Hear Me Roar. But no counterplots yet. He's been going through his deck super hard. He's gone through half his deck already by the top of 3. Oh, and we've got Whispered Threats. Okay, so he's saying if you take a zone, you're going to get a bunch of tokens on you. So, oh, interesting. So Anthony is going for the safer play. He is going to get tokens, but he's going to remove the bribery because he wants the extra dice. However, this is such interesting action happening here. I guess both of them don't fear this flank charge. They know that the odds of one-shotting the crossbows is super slim. So he's not worried about getting flanked. Like, to me, that was like a big, pressure point, but I can see it. You got to roll like a god. And he moved the vulnerable as well, which is pretty great. Okay, so back to Cyrus. Cyrus is activating, and it looks like he's going to go into the conscripts because he knows that he might be able to kill them. He put down both Whispered Threat tokens onto the conscripts, which really increases their chance of dying. He's got 2 cards in hand, no cards in hand. What went down? Lancer Pace's debts went down as well. So he's got no hand. Whoa! No counterplots, no Flavin has no secrets. And he's going into conscripts. Okay, so we got a Justice going down. It should be at -2. Is Joffrey down? Joffrey is not down. I think Cyrus is rattled. So at -2, that's currently a fail. And does he have a fire? Or does he just take the damage? He's taking the damage. Where is Joffrey? Joffrey went down. The Panic token was put down. But there's no influence. Am I messed up? I know he put down bribery, but you still get to use Joffrey's influence, no? Yeah, I don't know where that Joffrey went. I think Cyrus forgot. Yeah. Okay, 7 dice, hitting on 3s with all the tokens. Not a great start. He needs better than that to one-shot this unit. Whoa. Oh, did he roll a 1? Oh no, he rolled a 1. Only 4 hits. That is not going to kill him. Saving on 5s both ways. So I should say saving on 5s with the vulnerable token. Oh. Okay, there's Joffrey. Okay. Alright, so you remember Joffrey. Good, good. That means they should take an extra wound. They should take an extra wound. It still won't kill them. Actually, it might kill them. This might kill them. This extra wound and 4 fails means that these guys can now die to that subsequent panic test. There will be no Hear Me Roar, though. I wonder if Anthony saved. Oh, so he made 2. Vulnerable's got to get used for the maximum damage. Oh, he didn't take the extra one from Joffrey. I wonder if Cyrus... Oh, what a savage! The rerolls into the rerolls. This is unfortunate. I wonder if Cyrus, because he forgot, did not let him suffer the extra wound. So these guys are not killable. Interestingly, a shield did not get popped as well. So no shield got moved onto the conscripts. And the panic at +1 is a pass, but very good roll for Cyrus. He's got, high and low, can make him reroll the high one. It's at +1, so he's a 4+, and he passes. Ugh. So that charge got blunted. The sword is used. So that's it for attacks. That is it for attacks. Now, they could retreat with a horse. This is a great time, honestly, for Anthony to take the horse for various reasons. Oh, he's playing a card. He's playing a Watcher. Oh, so he's going to get the shift into the guaranteed charge now. But does he smell blood? I see a finger being pointed at Red Cloaks. Does Anthony smell blood, and is he going to go for the rear shot into charge into shot into the rear of the Red Cloaks? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh man. Oh, Anthony smells blood. Anthony is smelling blood. He is moving. Oh, and he's gonna do a for the watch charge as well, isn't he? Can he get into the rear? He can. He's got. Oh no, he's only got 2 inches, I believe, with Watcher. Ah, he's already in the rear, isn't he? I think he's already there. Oh man, that is painful. That is painful. The grid is messed up from my perspective. I wonder if it's messed up from Anthony's perspective. Man, that is brutal, and Cyrus has no cards in hand. So what did he play? He played Whispered Threats, Lancer Pays His Debts. What was his third card? Is it here? Oh, Bribery! Right. He briberied with Joffrey into Whispered Threats, into a... oh man, I'm already forgetting. Whispered Threats, Bribery, Lancer Pays His Debts. That's right. Yes. Okay, cool. So yeah, we got the Aemon charge. So Aemon healed up a bunch of conscripts, healed up 2 conscripts into a rear charge. Man. Oh, Disorderly. There is hope. There is hope. And yeah, he wouldn't even get to use. Oh, but he's got Watcher. Oh, Night's Watch. Oh, you rolled a 6. He's in. Oh, God. Oh, Night's Watch. Oh, Night's Watch. You got a tool for everything. Rolled a 1. There's an app for that. Watch from the wall. This unit's probably dead. Oh, he touched the wood. He touched the wood. So it's only -1 to their armor. It's still 9 dice is the problem. Okay. Pretty average start. Into not a great follow-up. So yeah, 7 hits. You know, I mean... It's funny, the shot might do more damage. 7 hits on 5s. Oh, ugly roll. Unlucky. Unfortunately, at a time when he's already on the ropes, the dice have not been helping Cyrus. That's definitely under average there. -2 on the panic is a 10, which is a pass. You know what? I don't remember if this panic test here... He rolled really high, right? I forgot that Roos added an extra +1 or -1 to the panic roll, but I think he rolled really high on panic. Certainly, it wasn't enough to kill him either way. Now, he's not popping his order, or is he checking which way to flee? He's checking which way to flee. He's worried that fleeing backwards an inch will put him in threat range of the Bastard Girls. So he's playing it safe and going to the flank. Honestly, this is for the watch. He still has real activation left. Like, the shot might just kill him, but the subsequent charge or crossbows backing up and shooting will also do it. Oh, and he's still going for the rear. Is he still in the rear? Oh my gosh. I think so. And Cyrus rolled 6 and a 4, so it does make sense to keep that panic test dice. Okay, so we've got 8 dice hitting on 3s into the flank, it looks like. Eight dice hitting on 3s. Oh, not so good. Only four hits. Only 4 hits at -1. The panic test, it's all about the panic test, but again, it's kind of academic because even if he passes, it doesn't die. There's crossbows, there's John's actual activation. Heck, the conscripts might activate and kill him. Good roll, only loses 2, but he's down to -1 on the panic test. Interestingly, if this had been a rear shot, they would be dead. But there's a panic token, and you're at -1. Who's got the bag? Anthony has the bag. They pass. Big pass. Good roll. Good roll. You know, not high-low. 7, you pass more than half the time. So in theory, Anthony should make him want to roll. He's making him reroll all of it. That's the wrong play. You should make him want to roll. Is that correct? Okay, actually, hold on. He passed either way. But if he rolled a 4, you need him to roll. Yeah, actually, Anthony's right. You should roll all of it because he would only fail on a 1-2. Yeah, that's right. Again, as good as it is for Cyrus to pass that, oh, he shot into combat and he failed. He's going to take 2 wounds because of intimidating presence. 3 wounds because of Joffrey, actually. That's a 3-wound fail there. Wait, he rolled a 9. I can't count. He's only at -1. I'm so dumb. Okay. He's actually at even. Sorry, he's at even for the tree and and Roost. I'm getting a little delirious here, unfortunately. So yeah, that's a pass. No damage done. Yeah, this is kind of irrelevant because there's still a charge. There's still conscripts. There's still crossbows. Oh, he's going for a heal. Okay. High Sparrow onto the other conscripts, away from the tree for a -1 total, trying to zap some life. I think this is not a good use of resources. And he passed at a -1 to rub salt into the wound. Because even if you get a small heal, you're not going to survive, I don't think. Crossbows and... Yeah, but, I say that, but what else is he going to do, right? Where else is he going to use these cards? Where else is he going to do it? That is the last play, I guess. Yeah. I feel bad. All right, so Anthony takes the last zone, going to draw some more cards. He's also now gone through over half his deck. He's actually eclipsed Cyrus. And what token is he going to put down? He is in range of Bastard Girls. Is he going to shoot Bastard Girls? Is he confident enough that John and Conscripts will kill the last two guys? Oh yeah, for sure. These two guys are dead. John's going to for sure smoke them. So you should really start putting tokens on the Bastard Girls. Panic, I guess, makes sense because they have a 6+ save. Ooh, Weaken. That actually makes more sense. The only way Cyrus gets back is with a hero charge on with the Bastard Girls. So it does make sense to blunt their damage. It's so funny, after all that action, it's still only 1-1. Okay, so Bastard Girls. Does he YOLO over the stakes? He can't even shift into a charge. He's going to take 2d3 plus 2 wounds. So I didn't check that range there, but it looked pretty far. It might have been 10, which is actually only a 4+. Only a 4+. So he could shoot into a 4+ charge, I believe. But yeah, he can't really even shift and get a lot of movement out of it because of those stakes. Yeah, the mountain should have popped these stakes. I totally thought the mountain was going to pop those stakes and clear the way. Yes, and Anthony still has Tycho. That is true. Oh, wait, so does Cyrus. Does Cyrus have Tycho? No, he does not. My bad. I always expect both players to have Tycho, but he does not have Tycho. Yeah, Anthony has Tycho, so he's not even in the position of danger. I got to give props to Cyrus for keeping on playing, though. All right, what is going on right now? So Anthony went on the envelope. Cyrus is down to a pass with Pycelle, and then 3 activations here. They're all really out of range to be significant. I should probably check my Discord. Are they asking me questions? They are not. But it's looking really bad. Even though it's only 1-1, this is a really bad position. All right, so it looks like Pycelle's going to pass. I mean, yeah, I would just... Oh, Lancer Base's debts would trigger. He put it on these guys, I guess because Bastard Girls already have Vicious. But having +1 to hit is pretty sweet, too. Now his watch is ended. Yeah, I would just probably charge John in. Finish the job here. Or you know what? Maybe you attack with the conscripts, because they might just do it themselves. You know what I mean? And save John for a potential 6-inch move, 2-inch shift into a shot into the poor fellows. Yeah, you could just shoot attack with conscripts maybe. He's doing the order on the watch captain. I guess he's just going to whittle down those crossbows, or Bastard Girls, I should say. No bribery either, so 7 shots. No bribery. Oh, 6 hits. Rough. 6 hits into the Bastard Girls, I imagine. Since he can't see the red cloaks over here. Sixes. Fails all 6. That's half the unit. And that was the watch captain. He still has an actual shot still. And they fail panic on 5 just to rub salt. That's a lot of salt. That is a lot of salt. Okay, so... Oh, gosh. He's got 3 units left. What does he do? I mean... I guess you leapfrog. I mean, the mountain can still move 4 and break that palace, that stakes. I think the mountain can still move forward and kill the palace, kill the stakes. Oh no! They use their activation to kill the stakes, and now they're gonna get shot again. He used their activation to kill the stakes. I didn't measure, but I feel like the mountain could have done that. But you know what? I guess either way, he's going to get shot, right? Like, Cyrus is just making the best of a bad situation, because even if the mountain went forward and killed it, these guys would get a second shot either way. Now, Anthony did roll really well for that shot. He may not get enough hits. Cyrus might make a few saves. They're not dead yet. He's doing the conscript heal. Oh, God. Just thorough to the end. Anthony's got a fistful of cards. He's going first next. Yeah, this is not pretty. 1 dice. 3. He's charging? Oh, he's charging John. Okay, he's charging John. Finish the job. He is in the wood, so he will be negating the flank bonus, but honestly, 9 dice... 9 dice is plenty. Now, I wonder what he does. Does he actually get on the objective? I wouldn't. I would be like, nope, I'm just going to go on this side and, go for the table. That's what I would do. 9 dice on 3s. Not a good roll. Not a great roll. A little under average. Okay, 8. Yeah, 8 hits on 4s. Should be dead. They are dead. That's a point. And where will Anthony surge? Like, I would have gone 50. Oh, he's doing take the black? Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. So he's actually taking Roose Bolden just to rub salt? He's got 2 Rooses. He's got 2 commanders now. Oh, my God. Yeah. I would have gone 50-50 for the record and surged towards the poor fellows and just gone for the table, personally. I don't think it's smart to go onto the objective here, because you're just slowing the game down. Like, Anthony, just push forward and kill him. All right, sit on the objective. That's true, Gordy. That's true. Yep, I forgot that as well. Yeah, it's Commander... Oh, I see. So, yeah, you're right. So, it's Commander John, and I guess taking Roose doesn't give you a second commander, right? Because he's not your commander. He was the enemy commander. Yep, you're right. He did forget the rally cry. But I think, yeah, it's irrelevant. He's down literally a wound. And he can pop the order for free and heal this guy over here as well. It's getting kind of silly. Poor fellows, do you run away? So what's the score going to be? 4-2? Yeah, I would have just pushed forward with John. I don't like this play. Like, this is such an aggressive unit. I would just push forward. So you lose a point. Poor fellows are coming for Ghost. They're coming for Ghost. Why not? I imagine we'll see crossbows now try to finish off the bastard girls. Or if Anthony wants to be really mean, he can march forward and then going first take a shot into these bastard girls and just kill them. He could march forward, take the objective, and then going first, almost guarantee the kill with the swords. All right, good night, Bob. Looks like they can, but yeah, I would literally march up onto the center, and since he's going first next, just take the sword, pop the bastard girls. 7 dice hitting on 3s of rerolls will probably kill them, and then you can just shoot poor fellows all day next round with rerolls to hit, no less too. He's going for the conservative play. Just going for the shift and shoot, looks like. Yeah. And I hope he kills the bastard girls. I mean, if I was him, just, take out that last real tooth, I suppose. 7 shots! Ooh, only 4 hits. So he's going first next, right? If he doesn't die here, he will definitely finish them off. Why is he rolling 6 dice? Now, I'm assuming he's shooting bastard girls so that he can finish them off with the swords next round. He saved 1, lost 3. Yep, onto bastard girls. Yeah, and the sword will definitely kill them off. Into a panic, which he passes. Good. And then last we got the mountain. The mountain's probably just going to camp. I mean, I would probably move on to this objective here just to give yourself some options. I mean, it's it's options, but all right, what is the mountain doing? Mountain is not sitting on objective, looks like. No, he's just going to come. He's like, yeah, I'm not winning off objectives. I got to push into you. Yeah, he's going into the flank. Makes sense. If the crossbows take that shot, they will get flanked by the mountain. Unfortunately, the mountain does not have the weight of attacks to kill those crossbows. We got the last conscript order, healing the last conscript, so he's literally at full health. Full health, but Tycho not popped. Ugh. This is the excessive healing that Bob was talking about. He's checking for a charge onto the mountain, too far. Score, yeah. Score is 2-1. He's killed 2 units. Anthony killed 2 units and is only starting to score objectives now. Cyrus has killed nothing, and he's held this corner 1 once. So that makes sense. 2-1, soon to be 4-1, looks like. It's round 3. But again, yeah, I feel like Anthony shouldn't have hung back here. He's ahead in points. I would just push forward, kill these conscripts, and gang up on the mountain. What is left? Not much is left. So Cyrus is done. Anthony can now just move at his leisure. He's activating the conscripts. They're probably going to move into a countercharge position to flank the mountain. And I would imagine Ghost is going to move over to the flank of these poor fellows. Interesting, Ghost could even jump all the way back down and maybe help out against the mountain. The Sundering in the flank could help chip him down. Not that he really needs it, but just to be academic here. You're not going to sit on an objective. You don't want to get shot by arrows, as I've said 10,000 times now. Is he going for the charge? He's just YOLOing a charge on a 5. He failed. Okay. I think it was a 10. Is he re-rolling for the watch? Oh my gosh. He put for the watch on conscripts. I mean, you might as well, right? There's nothing else you want to put the for the watch on. He re-rolled. All right, we got some justice. Actually, it was 11. It was 11, looks like. So he needed a 6 followed by a 6. He didn't really care. He's going to make his panic test, which, of course, he passes. These conscripts don't fail. And we got the last unit conscripts, I guess, and Ghost. Oh my gosh, so many activations still. Yeah, it's 6 versus 9. So it's pretty bad. 6 versus 9 in terms of activation count. Yeah, I would just push. Push forward. Push forward. Why not? And I would either come down with Ghost to try and help kill the mountain, or I just dance around to the flank of these poor fellows and avoid getting attacked. Depends where he feels he needs the weight, the extra attacks. And it looks like he is... Oh, is he charging? That is not a good play. That's not good play because the poor fellows could kill Ghost. With a Faith token and 6s, you can just kill Ghost. Now, I mean, maybe Anthony doesn't care because he's got For the Watch, or now his watch is ended. But I don't think you want to charge in the front. Like, you could lose a point here and lose an activation. Again, it's academic at this point. It's probably over, but this is a 5 dice because of sword. I did forget about that. Okay, so we got 4 hits. What else do you have here? Just sword, really, that matters. All right, so 4 poor fellows go down. Regular old panic test at even. Morale 4, I believe these guys are. They pass, get another Faith token. Yeah, I wonder if he'll get punished. I wonder if precision hits will kill Ghost. Possibly. All right, so that's the end of 3 into 4. I think really at the end of 4, the game is pretty much over at this point. I imagine we'll see dead bastard girls. Yeah, so Cyrus unfortunately did not draw a single counterplot in the first 10 cards of his deck. Anthony, he's down to his last 7 cards. Anthony's keeping his hand. Always worrisome when your opponent keeps his whole hand. I imagine he takes the swords here to finish off the bastard girls. Oh! Does that block the mountain? I didn't check. Oh my gosh, it did! It did. That's true. Good call. Yeah, it did block the flank. So you could go into the front, maybe? Okay, so what's going on here? Oh, these are saves from the arrows. Looks like 3 of these guys go down from the castle walls. Shrug. Shrug. Okay, so Anthony. 4-1. The Lancers are on their last legs. What is this? Stand United Brothers. He's going to heal John for some reason? So he gets +2 wounds, so he only has to kill 1 conscript to heal John back to full. That's strange. He was at 9 cards. Oh, he chucked it. Okay, he chucked this card to draw 1 from his deck. Okay, yes. Because, yeah, this was 9 before, I saw. So he chucked a card. He chucked out the healing card he doesn't need it. As expected, Bowen onto the swords, drawing some more goodness. So what has he discarded exactly? He's discarded both lights, take the black. Actually, he used take the black. And he discarded Stand United Brothers. He's drawing some more Night's Watch magic into a coup de grace onto the Bastard Girls. This flank, though, this flank block, this charge makes so much more sense now. He didn't care if it failed. He just wanted to use it to block the flank. That's pretty smart play on Anthony's part. Ooh, oh my lord! Only 2 hits. 1 for each Bastard Girl. Can we see a lion? Can we see a lion? No, we do not. Oh, sadness. Ugh. All right. 9 activations versus 5 activations. Yeah. Yeah. He's activating the Poor Fellows, using a token for the heal, and then using the second one for the rerolls and precision, hoping to get a lucky kill in Ghost. I want him to roll 4 6s and punish that charge. Let's see some lions. Hitting on 5s. I would just reroll everything that's not a lion. Hitting on 5s. Does he reroll the 5? I would. That hit's irrelevant. Who cares? Yeah, Cyrus. Go for that money. 0 hits. Brutal. Unless he meant to save that dice. It looks like he meant to save that 5. So maybe it's 1 hit on Ghost. Looks like it is. Yeah, 1 hit on Ghost. Which he fails. He can't fail Panic, though, so he is going to be okay. What do you do with Anthony? You've got the whole board. I don't know why he rolled. He can't fail. Oh, he's vicious. He's vicious. Yes, so he could have failed with the -2. My bad. Lance Space's Deaths could fail on 3 or less. So you cannot retreat, but you can shoot the poor fellows. You cannot retreat, but you can shoot the poor fellows. And you would get 2 shots, and they've already healed. Maybe you block the heals, so they can't heal anymore. Yeah, Anthony's still thinking, still playing to his best ability, despite the overwhelming advantage he has right now. Still taking a lot of time to think. He's taking the horse to deny any weird... Okay, yeah, you want to use the horse to probably... I would just get John into the game. And finish things off. You're probably faster killing off the last 2 units than scoring 10 points. What? Oh, he's going to maneuver and face the mountain, I guess? Question mark? So he's moving forward to pivot to face the mountain. This way he still gets to stand and shoot. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. The mountain, with his movement of 4, cannot get into the flank, unfortunately. It's too slow. You know, sadly... I shouldn't say sadly, but there are 2 Night's Watch players who didn't win. Now, Mitch did pretty well. I'm trying to remember how did First Ranger Corin's game. I think Corin got crushed by Brett. So Corin's in there, and Corin has some pretty unorthodox builds. Okay, so Mountain's not going to YOLO into the crossbows. He's just going to go into the conscripts. And nice thing for the Mountain is he does not care about this wood. His attacks ignore armor. I didn't see a roll for the charge. There it is. He's in, but he's going to eat a double volley into the flank. What can he do? Okay, we got 2 hits, no crit blow. Only 2 hits, so only 2 dead. Panic at -1 for the intimidating presence, so testing on an 8. That's a fail, and 4 wounds because of intimidating presence. Did Anthony pull out a fire? He did not. That was actually a lot of damage. Half the tray gone from 1 charge. Pretty good. Whoa. Did he take 5 wounds? Oh, 5 wounds because of the conscripts. Yeah, 5 wounds from the failed panic. Conscripts have disorganized and intimidating presence. That's plus 2 wounds, so he took 5 wounds from the failed panic there. Pretty big. They are a crown zap away from dying. Amon has already gone down. Hilariously, I feel like Tycho might be used here just to bring conscripts back. And the funny thing is, if he shoots into combat, it's actually a -1 panic test for the... Did he pop Tycho on conscripts? I think he did. Which is actually smart. If he's about to shoot into the flank of the mountain, he would be inflicting a panic test on his own guys with plus 2 wounds and -1 to your test. So I think Tycho got popped. I feel like he... Oh, he's going for the full heal. Going for the full heal. Okay, fair. Oh, why would you crown? Oh, he's maybe taking crown to avoid getting crowned himself. That's fair. That's -2 onto the conscripts with +2 damage from Joffrey, +3 damage. Joffrey, Intimidating Presence, and Disorganized. So, I can see that being a good play. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll have to take a look at the rankings after. Ghost with the most is activating. I mean, yeah, literally, Cyrus is down to his NCUs. Yeah, so yeah, he went for the. Oh, he's zapping these guys, and they pass with a -1. They have a token back. Yeah, he literally went for the crown because it would have been 3 wounds with Joffrey. Is he going to weaken? I would panic these conscripts, to be honest. The weaken won't do much since he's got rerolls both ways. He weakened the conscripts. He double weakened instead of putting on a panic token. I would put a panic on the conscripts personally. All right, so down to, and you know what? You can even retreat. No, you can't retreat. I was going to say you can retreat an inch, but the mountain being a square can actually pivot to face the crossbows. They're doing their order. I think they did a free heal. What's going on here? Are they attacking? 1 dice. Why 1 dice? Oh, they're retreating. Oh, they are retreating. So that makes sense. You retreat this way. You don't take the panic test from the combats. That makes sense. Sorry, you don't take the panic test from shooting into combat. That makes sense. Okay. Yep. You give up the flank bonus, but with 2 volleys, you still might kill the mountain anyway. Interesting that he didn't pivot. Interesting that he didn't pivot at the end. I mean, he's aiming for this, and I guess it doesn't matter which way he pivots because the mountain's not going to go after conscripts. We got to heal to fully heal the poor fellows. Influence doesn't matter because I don't think you can take panic tests anymore. Just doing it for academic sake. And then we got it's now pretty much all Anthony. So he's got all his significant units left. The score is currently 5-1. So it's going to be 8-1. Ghost cannot retreat onto objective. So as far as I can tell, it's going to be 8-1, maybe 9-1 if the crossbows kill Gregor. Now, interestingly, if he goes for the objective, which looks like he is, he probably won't get rerolls. No, he'll be outside of... Oh, maybe not. Oh, he's just shy. He's just shy for rerolls, so he won't kill the mountain. Probably. I say that, but probably. All right, 7 dice on 3s. Everything hit. We got a weakened token. Is he just taking the hits? He is weakened. Oh, yeah, there we go. We can reroll. Anthony, you're a bad man. 7 hits into 7 hits. Why not? Right? Why not? And the mountain survives. Justice. 7 saves. Nicely done, Cyrus. Nicely done. Okay, so that was shot number 1. Ghost is going to attack, it looks like. 5 dice due to Sword in the Darkness on John. Hitting on 3s. Ooh, only 2 hits. Yeah, I actually think Anthony would have won faster by trying to table. 2 hits on 6s. They're probably going to pass panic. Yep, 2 more dead. Panic at even. This is going to be... No, it's 5-1. it looks like it's going to be 8-1 at the end of the round. He's not going to kill. I doubt he's going to kill the mountain, and even if he did, he won't win. So it's going to be 8-1. But really, the game is pretty much over at this point. It will. Oh, they just passed everything else. Yeah, everything else is passed. They're just powering through the rest of the game essentially. They know it's over, so I guess Cyrus is just going to try and get some kills. Maybe. He's taking shots onto John. With repeated NCUs, you could. I wonder if he should have shot John instead of healing. Instead of healing. Oh my god, he took 5 wounds there, straight up. He's discarding a card. Fear keeps man alive, and a fealty, and whispered threats. I don't know what he's looking for, though, is the problem. I guess counterplot? I don't know. A lance spaces debts. Oh, he drew too many. Okay, he's gone through 17 cards, and he's got 3 cards here, so he's gone through 14 cards. His first 14 cards had no counterplot. That is unlucky. Unlucky. Okay, what will his first activation be? Does he go for the YOLO and try and kill conscripts? Right? He could deal 5 wounds from panic. He would need a crit blow to one-shot them. He's taking an attack. Okay. He's going to weaken crossbows, looks like. And he's going to do a free attack. They have a token on them? Yeah, 1 token from Ghost. So yeah, they're going to go for it. Try and kill Ghost. 3 wounds. 3 6s. Looking for some lions. 3 6s from 5 dice. Not impossible. Oh, wait. Card's going down. Okay, wait, hold on. He's making it Joffrey. Okay, so not Pycelle. And he's... Okay, he wants to pop this unit. They're going to take plus 3 wounds from a failed panic test. And can he kill Ghost? 3 6s with rerolls. Not impossible. Not a good start. Is he going to reroll the 5? Oh! 2 wounds and 2 saves. 2 wounds and 2 saves. Alright, that should be a dead Ghost. 3 saves? Oh, they're hitting on 4s because of Joffrey. Right. Right. Okay, that should be a dead Ghost. So Cyrus would have killed something. Alright, here we go. Alright, that's a dead Ghost. Whew. That's a dead Ghost. So Cyrus has killed Ghost. It's gonna... Is he got fealty? What is that? Counterplot. What's he counterplotting? Oh, shield. So he finally drew his counterplot. And he counterplotted a very key card, actually. Shield, it's not so important on Ghost. But, however, that will trigger it now his watch has ended. Which way is the mountain? Oh, no. Oh, dear. The mountain, I think, is facing... No, he's facing the crossbows. Okay. For a second, because I was looking at it from this perspective, I thought he's facing the conscripts. But he's facing the crossbows, who will definitely... I would just shift forward and shoot. Right? Get them rerolls. You can always retreat through multiple means onto the objective. Yeah, he's going forward just to get within 6. He was barely out of range last turn, so he should be in range now. Yep. 7 dice hitting on 3s. It's unlikely to kill the mountain who has a 3+ save. But hey, any chip damage, right? Any chip damage. 7 dice on 3s. We got 4 so far, re-rolling into 5 hits. Alright, 5 3+ saves. Space Marines, boys. We are Space Marines. 3+. Ugh, 2 fails. A bit on the low end. Panic on 4, I believe, right? Mountain's leadership 4 nowadays. So he's panicked because of Joffrey. That makes sense. You don't want to put on poor fellows, I imagine. Though they have the same leadership. And will he make him re-roll? Why not, right? You're not going to be able to get a panic custody out of this guy. Panic looking for the 1 in 12 where you Make him fail panic. I guess not. I guess there's more attacks coming is the issue, right? Okay, so Cyrus... How did John heal here? John took a lot of wounds. I don't see a conscript order. How did John heal? Didn't this unit take like 5 wounds from the arrows? I don't know how they healed so much. I don't see Amon. He popped Tycho. Oh no, he didn't pop Tycho? He didn't pop Tycho in these conscripts? What did he play that healed them? I'm curious now. He popped Tycho now to heal John. Whoa! Okay, how did he get that big heal? I wonder. You know, it's funny because when I thought he popped Tycho earlier, I noticed he didn't heal 5 wounds. I thought he healed 4, but yeah. Oh, and he's going into the conscripts, even though they've healed. Even with 6 wounds from a failed panic test, I mean, he could kill them. Crazy crit blows could kill them. It's not impossible. That's a good start. I like that 6. We need 3 6s here and a crit fail panic, and they're dead. Easy. That's all you gotta do. 3 6s. We got 1 6. That's gonna kill 4, and then maybe 6 more of the failed panic. He's not going greedy. He's not going greedy. You might as well go greedy. You know what I mean? Because either you kill them or the game ends. Doesn't really matter. They do not fail panic. Is there a token? There is not. So they don't even fail the panic test. Okay. I mean, that's game at this point, right? I mean, if those conscripts kill the mountain somehow, that'd be hilarious. Oh my gosh. Or do you crown zap the mountain? Do you crown zap the mountain for like, extra saltiness? Is the mountain hidden from the bows? I would say yeah. Oh gosh, maybe not. And you know what? If Anthony really wanted to, he could probably move forward with the order and then shoot. And the horse is still open too. So he can actually move forward with the horse and then take a double shot. And that's just as good as holding the objective, except you get more unit destroyed points. Yeah, I would probably, Amon, heal John, if anything, if nothing else, because John can get hit by arrows. Move those crossbows forward, because killing the mountain is the same as scoring an objective. But now you get a double tap into his flank. Yep. Oh yeah, yep. He understands. Yep. Now you can definitely draw line of sight, for sure. Oh yeah. Oh, too far. Yep. Okay. Porphyls have not yet activated. Cyrus could throw 3 volleys of arrows, 2 from the NCU board, 1 from the castle walls, and they score. Is he going to crown zap? I would shoot. I guess there's no point shooting arrows because these conscripts can heal John anyway. Rolling panic. I think he failed. Oh, he's going to make him re-roll. Okay, so he failed. He needs to roll an 8. So he's got a 1 in 5 chance here. He needs to roll an 8. Wait, hold on. Is that a second counterplot? Oh no, what happened? Did he play both he played both counterplots. Okay, so counterplot canceled out the fire, and then fealty heals up the mountain. And it's very interesting because it means now shooting into combat. So yeah, Anthony's probably going to retreat and then shoot the mountain, I guess, to not lose a unit. The game is over regardless. Anthony on this objective is going to score 2 and get to 10. Cyrus can get here for 3. So it's probably going to be 10-3 unless the mountain dies. in which case it'll be 11-3. Either way, it's crushing for Anthony, and he's going to rack up a lot of 20 unit destroyed points as well. And he's putting a vulnerable. Why not? Why not? And he's drawing more cards. He's drawn through his whole deck. No, he's not. He's drawn through 15 cards. And Cyrus has drawn through 17 cards. Yeah, he just powered through his deck. Powered through. Okay. So Cyrus is just marching off the objective. No problem. I think the last... So Cyrus is pretty much done. He can't claim a zone. Everything's activated. Oh, can he hold the objective? Like, technically, that's not holding it. Oh dear. Oh dear. He was slightly off. Is Anthony pointing? Oh no, he can't even get that. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Like 1 point difference is probably not going to make a big difference. That is sadness. That is sadness. He does. Yeah, he does. No, because he can't. All the zones are taken, and he can only take a shot into the front or whatever. And he's got 8 dice, but they're not going to fail panic. Unlikely to fail panic, I should say. Oh, still. Oh no. Oh, he's really fighting for that 1 point. It only matters for matchups, I guess, right? Does it matter for matchups? I don't even know if this matters. It's crushing win either way. I think unit destroyed is what matters. I don't know if this point matters. That is sadness. Oh my gosh. Yes, you're right. He could leave the objective, take a shot to delay the game and extend the pain. You're right. I don't know if Anthony's that cruel. I don't know if Anthony is that cruel. We will find out. Steve was super cruel. Steve Hamill was like super bloodthirsty in his game. Now, I wonder, after that retreat, can he do a funky pivot to avoid getting shot? I don't think so. Oh, he's not even pivoting. He should pivot, for sure, to face the front. No rerolls. He should pivot to face the front. Okay, so we're going to assume it's the front. You know, they could be just speeding it through, knowing how the game works. Not a great start. I mean, it's okay start. 4 hits. Reroll for the weaken, maybe? Oh! 0 hits! There's some justice for you. 0 hits. Okay, and then... Okay, the question is... Okay, so now it's going to get closer for rerolls both ways. Rerolls to hit and weaken rerolls. 7 dice. Alright, rerolling for the close range, and then rerolling for the weaken. Okay, that's good for Cyrus. Unlikely to die now. Unlikely to die. Assuming he's facing the front. He should have pivoted to face the front. And again, I'm sure they know how the game works. I'm just assuming it's the front. He's making him... What? What? Why is he not making him weaken? Am I dumb? Did he already use the weaken? He's going to live. 3 wounds is a live, despite the vulnerable. He's still alive. Because we're assuming that's the front, right? A 3 would fail, sundering in the flank, so we're assuming that Cyrus turned to face. Because at the end of the game, they probably just said, don't forget I pivot, you know. Panic is a pass. I'm going to make him reroll everything. Try and make him crit fail. When I say crit fail, just roll less than 4, which is pretty hard to do. Oh my gosh, I almost saw it. So he lives, and that is game, unless Anthony extends the pain. But he does not. Okay, he's just going to end it there. Let me see if they want to have a quick chat with us. It is 11:30 at night. It is quite late. And I know Cyrus is feeling under the weather, so we'll see if he's up for a chat. Give me a moment to mute myself. Okay, so I've unmuted myself. That was a crazy nail biting game. That was a crazy game, guys. So I guess let's start with Cyrus. Um, Tell us about your thoughts, how the game went, what worked, what didn't work.
So I disagree with the nail biting part. I'm pretty sure the writing was on the wall round 2. But I did give it my best shot. I, in the past, have talked about running anti-Night's Watch lists before. I tried doing one at the U.S. Nationals when I played Brett Lanfer. And this list is not it. This is not a list that I wanted to run against Night's Watch. I didn't know how many I was going to run into in this tournament. But I thought that Roos might give me the best shot that I could, maybe potentially shutting down some key orders, maybe turning off some heals at the right time. It just did not materialize for me in this game. The crossbows were very well positioned and were able to take out one of my heavy hitters early on. And at that point in time, it was just it was more of a question of when than anything that things were going to start to fall apart, and that's really what happened. If I was to face Night's Watch, I'd like to run a little bit more armor than this, because he was getting multiple hits on 5s and 6s on a lot of my units, and they were just melting at long range. So I tried to go for his conscripts like you're supposed to in the Night's Watch, and the conscripts failed virtually all of their panic checks, which was very disappointing for a Lannister player.
Oh yeah, they passed a lot of panic tests. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I was trying to wear them down with Roos, and that unit of conscripts just stonewalled him, and then he was hung out to dry with the lovely Jon Snow charging volleys that he was able to pull off. So yeah, it was a very, very rough game.
Yeah, my heart broke for you when John charged through the wood, giving you a 3+ save, and you failed 4 to 5 rolls. That was brutal.
Yep, that was pretty harsh.
Yeah.
Okay, so Anthony, let's hear about your thoughts in the game. What you thought worked, what didn't work. Would you change anything?
I guess obviously I was happy how it went. I was surprised that he kind of ran right at me. I expected him to just sit Roos on an objective and collect those 2 points, and I thought I was going to have to chase him. So the fact that he came ready to fight and met me in the middle was great. I liked that. And then obviously, I think the turning point was just the fact that, in this area over here, when my conscripts passed, and then I happened to have Watcher on the wall to get behind Roos at that point, then it was kind of, at that point I think it was over. But yeah, so just some very important moments at that time, that if I didn't have Watcher, then that would have been a big problem, him engage with the conscripts behind me. So the fact that I had that really, really helped.
I just want to discuss one play, which was the Ghost play. When Ghost ran down the flank into Roos's, side, I was really wondering what you were trying to do with that, Anthony. I was really curious how Cyrus was going to respond. I wasn't sure if Cyrus would turn around, charge Ghost, and then camp in the corner, or would he still go downfield and, Cyrus decided to go aggressive. So, Anthony, what was your plan with that flanking maneuver there?
I was I was scared that because he was within range to just move 5 inches and grab that objective. Like, one of my big fears for this game was he would just collect points, because this army isn't good for collecting points in this mission, because, the arrows will kill all these low armor units. So he was literally there just to block him from grabbing that objective.
Oh.
And I knew there was a risk because I had to take the panic test from what's that rule called?
The Justice. Lancer Justice.
I realized that he could have died, but I'm like, that's a risk I have to take. And if he did turn to kill him next turn, I at least would slow him down, and that would have activated, and now his watch is ended. And it was like a small trade-off to prevent him from getting those 2 points on turn 2.
It was a good move. I was actually considering doing that, but for the same reason that he just mentioned, I didn't really plan on throwing Roos on an objective, because 4 armor is average, but still, if you fail several of those, and now you have your commander's unit that's now on maybe 2 ranks, and and it's my Red Cloak unit that I want to be chasing conscripts anyway. So I am not typically a player that likes to hang back. I do like to charge forward. That's just what I do.
Mm-hmm.
But when he did that and he brought Ghost over there, that even eliminated that option for me anyway, to go over there and hang out on that objective. Plus, in this list that I'm running, I don't have Tycho. So if I do start taking a bunch of arrows from the walls, I can't heal them back up as easily. I'm having to rely on High Sparrow, which, again, against Night's Watch, you're not really counting on them failing a whole lot of panic checks just at face value.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well, it was exciting from my perspective because when you had all those units coming down, I was saying the Night's Watch crossbows can't shoot everything, and I kind of thought John was a bit too far back, so I was worried, especially with that bribery. You were blunting a lot of damage with that bribery, so I thought you had a good chance, but yeah, that John charge saved the day, and the Watcher into the rear really sealed the deal. Anyway, gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I really enjoyed watching your game, and good luck to both of you at the next round.
All right, thank you.
All right, folks, have a good night.
Good night. Okay, I'm gonna punch this in here.
All right.
Alrighty, folks, I hope you enjoyed the stream there. Good night, folks. It's definitely late for us in Eastern Standard Time, but we'll have this up on YouTube as well. Thanks, everybody. We got one more game to go tomorrow between Tom Tyler, Winter is Coming, and his opponent, Spirit. And then after that, we'll have the next rounds up probably Saturday. Probably on Saturday. So good night, folks. Thank you very much, and have a good one. Bye-bye.